Hi everybody, Dugraz here with Dugraz Reports. Today we'll be asking an important question. Chase Ultimate Rewards. Is it okay to cash them out? That's what we'll be talking about. Some people call them penny points because if you take Ultimate Rewards as cash, they're worth a penny a point. One of my favorite YouTubers, Waller's Wallet, has something to say on this topic. He calls Ultimate Rewards a glorified cash back program. Glorified cash back program? Well, I think he doesn't mean it in a flattering sense. It's kind of a negative, but I'm wondering, is it actually a positive? We'll be looking at what you can do and then a little bit of a discussion on what you should do as it relates to cashing out those Chase UR points. Before I dive into that, though, on this particular YouTube channel, we talk about finding epic value, including, but not limited to, credit card rewards for the average American. I talk about 80% credit card stuff and about 20% other. Does that sound interesting to you? If it does, please click the thumbs up button and please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Let's dive in. So I'm going to tell you about what I've done. You may have seen in one of my recent videos, link in the corner, that I planned the most detailed trip my family's ever taken. It involves flying to Europe, and there were a lot of points used. Now that was entirely Capital One points as well as Amex points. What I want you to focus on for this image, though, is the dollar amount cost, not the points. So not the points here. You want to look at the dollar amount here. $827.20 plus $432.28. Even though I got tremendous value on 4 business class international plane tickets, round trip, on the same flight, my entire family, I still had to pay taxes and fees, and that's what that added up to. To be specific, $1,259.48. So where does that $1,200 come from? Should I just ask my family budget to absorb that? Well, my goal is for travel to be free, and I mean really free. Other than annual fees, I don't want to pay anything. So let's see what we can do about that. Continuing on with that thought process, I can get temporarily 1.1 cents per point on pay yourself back on my Chase Inc. Business Cash Card through December 31st of 2022. Now, the trip was booked on the Chase Sapphire Preferred in terms of the taxes and fees because I wanted to get the travel protections, but I have a different Chase card, the Inc. Business Cash, that you get this 1.1 cent per point instead of just 1. Here's a list of my eligible transactions. It was in the category of cell phone bills, cable and internet, and, well, just that, cell phone, cable, internet. I suppose if you had like a commercial phone line, that might count too. There's no difference between the ones that are highlighted and aren't, other than the ones that are highlighted were from before I made the decision to go ahead. The ones that aren't highlighted were some where I did some prepayments so that I'd have more options on what to do. At 1.1 cents per point, here's an example. Mediacom is my cable company who I get internet through, and you can type in an amount, in this case, either the full amount or $78. Just for the sake of ease, I rounded down to $78. And you'll see I got a cash value on my statement of $78, but it only cost me 7,090 points. I saved 10%. 7,090 times 1.1 cent per point, or $0.011, is exactly $78. So I get something a little better than a penny point. Here's a list of all of the transactions I did. I believe there was 11 purchases, and the total I was able to redeem that way, and I did go ahead and do this, was $927.06. So at the end, when I asked for feedback, you already know I've done this, so I could get all these screenshots so you can make fun of me or laud me with praise, whatever you think is best. On the Sapphire Preferred, I still had a little ways to go, so just straight up penny points. $332.42 equals 33,242 points. Just move that decimal to the left, and you'll see it gives you the option of either a statement credit on the left, which is what I chose, or you can transfer it to a checking account. Since I was trying to offset expenses, I was totally fine with the statement credit. And this is kind of what it looked like when it confirmed. And it gave me this confirmation message. And sure enough, within about 3 business days, that statement credit did appear on my bank account. So even though some of it was on the Chase Inc. business cash, I can just rearrange what I pay with which funds. Basically, what I didn't have to pay on the Inc. business cash goes towards the Sapphire Preferred. So on a net basis, it all adds up. It doesn't affect my family budget at all. For the specific breakdown, $927.06 of statement credit appeared on my Inc. business cash. $332.42 appeared on my Chase Sapphire Preferred, for a total of $1,259.48. And that's the exact same figure I was trying to cover from that earlier slide with the airline fees and taxes. Points used, the Inc. business cash was 84,278. The Sapphire Preferred was 33,242, for a total of 117,520. And if you're wondering what that comes out to in terms of cents per point, because the majority was on the business cash where I got 1.1, the rest was at 1.0, you knew the answer would be somewhere between 1.0 and 1.1 cents per point. In this case, 1.07 cents per point. Not terrible, not great. There's a lot that can be said about that. So now we get to the philosophical part. Now, I told you that in my case, I didn't want to have my family budget absorb those taxes and fees at all for our vacation next year. So I was okay cashing them out. But is it okay? I don't think there's any sort of moral quandary to doing it. Of course, you can do it. But the question is, you're going to have people out there who are like, Doug, what are you doing? You can get 4, 5, 6 cents per point on Hyatt's and Air Canada and all these other transfer partners. What in the world are you doing? Well, I'll give you my thought process. Feel free to criticize it. First of all, I've got quite a few Chase Ultimate Reward points. Right now, I have a Sapphire Preferred. I have 3 Inc. business cards. I have the original Freedom and the Freedom Flex. I've transferred some points to my account from my wife's account and my dad's account. And on the total, I have 513,318 Ultimate Rewards. That was before doing this cash out, so it took it down by, over 100,000. But it's not like if some other opportunity comes up, I don't have something to roll with. I've, used it to book some Hyatts here and there. I've used the travel portal here and there at 1.25 on my Sapphire Preferred. So it's not like I'm losing out. I also have a whole bunch of Hilton points and a whole bunch of IHG points. So I have other places I can draw from when we take long weekend trips and that kind of stuff. My family's Chase UR setup looks like this. So the top row of cards, if it has the gold border, those are cards in my name. I have a Sapphire Preferred, the original Freedom, a Freedom Flex, 2 Business Unlimiteds, and a Chase Inc. Business Cash. That's 6 cards. My wife is the second row with the pink border, and she has the OG Freedom as well as a Freedom Unlimited. And then my dad is the gray border. He has a Freedom Unlimited and a Freedom Flex. If you haven't seen my channel before, my parents live in assisted living. The arrangement is as long as I help them with their finances, I can have the points. So it's kind of all in the family, player 1, 2, and 3. My mom's in there too, but she only has Amex cards. So that's 10 cards. I've got lots of opportunities to earn more Chase points. I don't know that I'm going to miss that 100,000 points all that much. My rotating quarterly cards within the family alone, there's 4 of them, either Freedoms or Freedom Flexes. Third quarter that just ended recently, if I max that out, that's 30,000 points on gas stations. This quarter that just started, fourth quarter of 2022, PayPal or Walmart, if I max that out, that's 30,000 points plus. I put plus because there is a trick where you can use PayPal at certain pharmacies like CVS, and you get both the PayPal bonus and the extra 2% from pharmacies that the Freedom Flex gives. So there's a lot of opportunity there. When I signed up for a Freedom Flex last quarter, it had 12 months of gas at 5x up to $12,000. If I max that out, that's 60,000 points. The Freedom Flex and the Freedom Unlimited just went to 12 months of grocery for their 5X first year bonus. And that would be another 60,000 points if I got one of those cards, which I'm thinking about, and maxed it out. And by the way, if you're wondering, well, how do I spend all this money? Yes, I acknowledge sometimes I buy gift cards at gas stations and at grocery stores and those kinds of things. So that is something I do. Obviously, if you don't ever buy gift cards, your opportunity is going to be a little less unless you're a really high spender. But take it into consideration, take it for what it's worth. The point I'm trying to make is that I'm not going to run out of ultimate reward points anytime soon. I'd rather use them than have my family budget take a hit from a non-travel, non-credit card category. So is it a glorified cash back program? Yes, it is. And thank goodness. I'm actually happy that Chase Ultimate Rewards have a cash back option. Amex doesn't have that. If I have 100,000 Amex points, I can't cash them out for $1,000, but with Chase, I can. So think of it this way. Amex alone? No thanks. Amex plus Chase, good idea. Because what I did was I used those Amex points for the upsized value in booking the plane tickets that would have cost something like $20,000 if I hadn't used points. And then Chase was able to fill in the gaps. Sometimes transfer partners, sometimes just cashing them out. The great thing about Chase is the points are really flexible. What are your thoughts? What's your feedback? Do you think I did a good? Do you think I did a bad? Somewhere in between? Put a comment down below. I'd love to hear it. I've mentioned a few different cards in this video, the Sapphire Preferred, the Freedom Flex, the Freedom Unlimited. I have refer a friend links for all of those cards, and I'll put them both in a pinned comment down below, as well as the description box. If you're considering any of those cards and you're willing to click on that to get to where you need to go to apply, that does help me out with the refer a friend bonus, and I would really appreciate it. As always, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button. And may your spending be frugal, and may your points be plenteous. Thanks for watching.